welcome to the new, oh yeah, do it. Happy 2023, everyone. Welcome back. It's another exciting rendition, almost the last one, of Pick'em League recap. And there was a lot going on, obviously, in the NFL last week. So let's start with the standings. I'm sure we'll get into more, but Kyle, what's it looking like and what are some important updates for the folks regarding Pick'em?
Alrighty, so looking at the Week 17 results for the Pick'em League, Red Zone Royalty took first place this week with 14 correct picks.
Is that the new...
They tied, so 14 was also the previous high, although I will give kudos to Red Zone Royalty because they were 14 of 15 games.
Fair.
Obviously only 15 games this week, since one of those games was postponed and the league has yet to decide what they're going to do about it. So on that note, 15 possible picks this week, and Red Zone Royalty got 14 of them.
And the one they missed was the one that everyone missed, I believe, right? Where everyone picked the Eagles, which was our fault, and they could not clinch that home field advantage. They fell once again this season.
They did. They fell to NOLA, and like you said, nobody saw that coming.
No.
We all picked Philly. But looking at second place for the Week 17 results here, Echo All-Stars with 13 correct picks, so right behind Red Zone Royalty. And then tied for third place this week was the Battle Cats, In by 5, the Freakin' Beacons, and the Fumbling 5 with 12 correct picks.
It's a lot of time.
It is. Indeed it is. So, looking at the overall standings, which is what's very important right now, being that we only have 1 week left of picks. And that is Team On Tackle still sits alone in first place with 164 correct picks. But right behind them, Red Zone Royalty with 163 correct picks.
Right there.
And then tied for third place, we have Are You Ready for Some Football and the Blind Darts with 161 correct picks. So it's pretty close in contention.
It's very close, and nobody's running away with it, right? And it's so close, in fact. Let's talk about the tie scenario.
Absolutely.
So 1 week left.
Yep, we have 1 week left. There are prizes on the line, which again are a day of PDO, a team lunch over at Sierra, paid for by Dish, and then some nondescript SHS products. So, in the event that there is a tie for any one of those 3 places, the first tiebreaker will be the number of weeks you were the winner for an individual week, right?
Yes.
So again, if my team had, let's say we won 4 times, and we tied for a place, and the other team didn't win any, we would get the third place prize because we had the most individual league wins. In the event that ties, we will go to the very official Paper Football Challenge, where you will nominate the best paper football player you have.
Start now, paper footballing, and see who's the cream of the crop. You send your best person to the table. So start, however you flick your footballs. If you haven't made a paper football in a while, maybe we'll attach instructions just so you can start preparing now and getting in peak paper football readiness in case it comes to that.
I probably haven't played since grade school, so I'm sure I would need a bit of practice.
Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but that's the only way that we could figure out to make it football related, fair, and I think that's what every tiebreaker should be really going forward. It was that or arm wrestling, and I felt this was more football.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think paper football should solve more of the problems we have in society, but that's the way it is. Finally, this is the final week of picks.
It is.
And the schedules have been shifted around a little bit. Picks are always due, Brittany, how many minutes before the start?
5 minutes. Yes, let's not say Thursday here. 5 minutes prior to the start of the first game of the week. And this week is a little bit crazy. It's the last week and it's like no other for many reasons, but the first game this week is on Saturday. So you have a little bit more time, which could be good to see who's playing, who's not with injury reports. But the first game is Saturday afternoon, so I would recommend picks by end of day Friday. However, you do have up to 5 minutes before that Saturday afternoon start.
That is true. Chiefs Raiders this Saturday, 2:30 Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah.
So make sure your picks are in by then. On that note, Brittany, let's get into some of the injury updates this week so we can make our best picks.
Absolutely. So it's a football frenzy weekend. Games are only Saturday, Sunday, no Thursday, no Monday night games this week. A few different things happening that I want to touch on. Obviously, I think we all saw Monday night's game, unprecedented there. So thoughts to Damar Hamlin. We'll continue to see what happens there. We've gotten some stability reports and what happens with that game. But obviously everyone is rooting for him, and his GoFundMe has just skyrocketed, and it's great to see all of the teams rallying around that. Some emotional sights on the field from the players, and I think we all agree that they made the best decision to not continue on and try to play with everyone feeling the way they felt on the field. So other things, congratulations news out to JJ Watt retiring. I know the Watt brothers with the Steelers, and Mike Tomlin was going to try and get him. We were hoping for all three of them, but with his retirement, not going to happen. Few playoff scenarios. The Steelers are still alive, which is crazy to say. No one saw that coming. In karma news, I know that my team picked against the 3 games that would have to go a certain way for the Steelers to get in. So that's just karma for me in the fandom realm. But they have a chance to stay alive if they win. And 2 other games lose out, but also the Packers will get in with 1 more win. So a few teams still vying for the championship. So look for them to make some key plays, and having everything on the line to stay in it might boost them there this week. The injury report, so Washington QB Sam Howell will start Sunday, factor that in. And then the Bears, even though they're out, QB Nathan Peterman will start in place of Justin Fields. So Fields is out versus the Vikings on Sunday. So a different QB in there. Stay tuned for that. Could have some impact on that game when you're picking. So keep those pieces in mind. It's going to be a crazy last week of the season. Everyone, a lot still on the line. Nobody's resting any key players. All the starters are in. So keep an eye on that by making your picks prior to the start of the first game on Saturday. So get them in by end of the week, but you may want to keep an eye on those and change some things out as a few items progress there. All right, we will have a video next week, so you'll have 1 more Brits picks left to go. We'll announce the winners, and then a save the date on prize distributions coming up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. But this is the second to last Brits picks. So Kyle, you have 1 in the books. Have you seen Friday Night Lights?
It's going to remain at 1 because I have not.
I'm saving a big one for the last Brits pick, so I feel good about next week. But Friday Night Lights, similar in vein to Varsity Blues, high school football in Texas, came out in 2004. Film follows the coach and players of a high school football team in Odessa. It was based on a book, Friday Night Lights, A Town, a Team, a Dream, following the story of a 1988 Permian High School Panthers football team as they made a run towards the state championship. And then many of you may know a very popular television series came out of it in 2006. So cast, Billy Bob Thornton from Sling Blade and Bad Santa, Connie Britton from American Horror Story. She actually went on to reprise the role in the TV series and was nominated for 2 Emmys. Tim McGraw. I mean, if Please Don't Take the Girl isn't the saddest country song you've ever heard, I don't know what, but he's in a film acting role in this movie. And a name you may be all familiar with from a recent court trial, a young Amber Heard was in Friday Night Lights. So again, similar to Varsity Blues, high school football can get you in the mood with all the ins and outs, and you know, we all know high school football, the biggest thing to ever happen in Texas. So continuing on that vein, check out Friday Night Lights, my second to last pick of the season. Stay tuned next week for one more big one. All right, that's what we've got. Get your picks in on time. You have a little extended picking there to do, but I mean, if you never listened to our send-off before, now more than ever, I would say, Kyle, it's important to make good choices.
Make good choices.